Welcome everybody. Welcome to James, who is on Zoom, the only one at the moment, although other people may well drop in as the evening goes on. And in the shrine room from the temple household, we've got myself, Satya, Jame, Dave, Philip, and Fee is joining us as spellmaster as usual. And Satya's going to lead practice this evening.
Amitabha.
Oh, I should say the recording is, we've pinned ourselves, so it's just recording this rather than the whole screen, the whole meeting.
So before practice this evening, I was looking around the shrine room and noticing again how many objects in here have come from different people. The mural over there, you're not going to be able to see any of this, I'm afraid, James, was donated by Jame's friend. The lions came from Izzy. The picture behind Fee was painted by Wendy. The irises were arranged by Brian and grown in the temple garden. We planted a few bulbs when we moved in and they've multiplied and we've got lots and lots of beautiful irises now. The carpet was donated by Kama after receiving a bequest. And all of these things were donated to the shrine room as a kind of offering in the way that we want to get something nice for our friend when it's their birthday. People want this room to look nice and there's a kind of a care and a love involved. And the same thing happens when people clean the shrine room, that they're not just cleaning any old dust away, they're making the shrine room clean and tidy. There's an extra layer of sacredness, of blessedness. And we all have particular places or objects that we feel this extra affinity with. Some people, I used to live somewhere where a man would clean his car, wash his car every Sunday, and it took him about 5 hours. Paid minute attention to every single little piece of it. That was an act of care. Some people put lots of care and attention into their gardens or their pets or their jobs. And that as Buddhists, what we're being asked to remember when we make these special spaces where we're more open to the teachings of the Buddha, we're more open to the spirit of the Buddha, is that what we're heading towards is everywhere and everyone becoming that special thing for us and wanting to make everywhere beautiful and wanting to make everyone happy. And we're human beings, and so that's not always easy. It's hard to care about the motorway service station and to see a bit of rubbish on the floor and pick it up. It's harder to care for some people than others, especially on social media. But when we look at the world, when we look at places and when we look at people through the eyes of the Buddha, we understand that everything and everyone has its own beauty, and that all of the things that we find difficult about other people or other places are the result of fear. That when people are mean, it's because they're afraid. When people are greedy, it's because they're afraid. When people are jealous or annoying, it's all protection. And the Buddha can see right through that protection into the vulnerability behind it, the tenderness, and connects with that tenderness and feels tender towards that vulnerability. So when we come together in this group and we practice in these special places, it's like a practice for how we might like to see ourselves, what we aspire to when we go out of this room and somebody does something that tests our patience, or we feel disappointed in ourselves, that we can remember that care and attention that people offer this room, and remember that we can offer that to other things and other people, and also that we're always receiving that. We're the ongoing recipient of that from the Buddha. And even when we can't feel it, we can trust that that care and attention is coming our way. Namo Amitabha. So as we move into some silence together, maybe you might want to imagine that care and attention coming towards you, and if you'd like to soak it up, notice if that doesn't feel easy. Imagine how you might look through the Buddha's eyes. And we'll sit in silence for a while, and then I'll start chanting. Tonight we will chant to Avalokiteshvara or Kuan Yin, the Bodhisattva of compassion. And the words of the chant are Namo, which means I call out to Kuan Shi Yin Bosat. Bosat is Bodhisattva. So Namo Kuan Shi Yin Bosat. Namo Amitabha. Namo Quan Shi In Bo Sat. 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 Namo Quan Shi Sat. Namo Quan Shi Bo 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 Sat. I'm loving that bird. Is it a blackbird or a thrush? Blackbird, I think. Yeah, they do the short phrases over and over, don't they? Hopefully you can hear it on the Zoom. Are there different people here?
Ria and Beth have arrived.
Welcome, welcome Ria. Hi Beth. So the next thing we do is 3 little bits of verse that contain a lot of meaning in not very many words. First of all, we take refuge in the 3 jewels, which is something that all Buddhists do: the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. The Buddha, the teachings of the Buddha, and the community of the Buddha. And then we recite the precepts, which are measures for us to check ourselves against, see how we're doing, failing probably. And then the Bodhisattva vows, which is a way of dedicating ourselves to help all beings. So first of all, please repeat after me. For refuge, I go to the Buddha.
For refuge, I go to the Buddha.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
For refuge, I go to the Dharma.
For refuge, I go to the Dharma.
Namo Dharmaya.
Namo Dharmaya.
For refuge, I go to the Sangha.
For refuge, I go to the Sangha.
Namo Sanghaya.
Namo Sanghaya.
With faith in the 3 jewels,
With faith in the 3 jewels,
I pray that I may not take life.
I pray that I may not take life.
With faith in the 3 jewels,
With faith in the 3 jewels,
I pray that I may not steal.
I pray that I may not steal.
With faith in the 3 jewels,
With faith in the 3 jewels,
I pray that I may not fall into sexual misconduct.
I pray that I may not fall into sexual misconduct.
With faith in the 3 jewels,
With faith in the 3 jewels,
I pray that I may not fall into wrong speech.
I pray that I may not fall into wrong speech.
With faith in the 3 jewels,
With faith in the 3 jewels,
I pray that I may avoid intoxication.
I pray that I may avoid intoxication.
Innumerable are sentient beings.
We vow to save them all.
Inexhaustible are deluded passions.
We vow to transform them all.
Immeasurable are the Dharma teachings.
We vow to master them all.
Infinite is the Buddha's way. We vow to fulfill it completely.
So then we finish practice by doing prostrations to the Buddha. When I first encountered this part of the practice, thought it was very strange and didn't like it at all. And as time's gone on, it's become my favorite bit. And I like it because I just get to lie myself down in front of the Buddha and relax, knowing that I'm safe. And so as we bow, we chant Namo Amitabha, which means I take refuge in the Buddha of infinite light. And hopefully you'll be able to see roughly what Casper's doing on the video, but don't worry, just bow in whatever way you would like to. Namo Amitabha. I have to help you up these days. Oh, do you want me to go and offer incense? I'm going to go and offer incense because Casper's remembered the verse. And I've got pressure on you.
5 minutes to go ahead. In gratitude, we offer this incense to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas throughout space and time. May it be as fragrant as earth herself, reflecting our careful efforts, our wholehearted awareness, and the fruits of understanding slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken from forgetfulness and realize the pure land.
Right, perfect. So now we show our gratitude to each other for being here to practice with each other by bowing, and I will bow to the right first and then the left, so you can work out the rest from there. Go. Oh no.
I'm confused now.
Just make sure you bow to everybody. And then we bow to the Buddha. And then we tidy our seats and bow to our seats. And then if people on Zoom would like to unmute, if you're able to, we then recite the closing verse together. We call it the closing verse. It could be the opening verse as well.
You say at the end.
We do say at the end, yeah, but it's not specifically for the end. Blessed by Amitabha's light, may we care
Careful living things and the holy earth.
Namo Amitabha. So do join us for a cup of tea if you live here, if you'd like to, and tea.